Hey guys, my name's Jordan and welcome back to my Assignment Hunter series, which you can tell because I am loading up Battlefield 3 here for my Assignment Hunter series. And for those of you who don't know what this series is about, it's me playing Battlefield 3, trying to unlock as many of the assignments as fast as possible whilst answering your questions. This is a commentary recorded in post, and it's the second time I did it because I forgot to press the record button on Adobe Premiere when I recorded this commentary just before. So yeah, that didn't go too well, but anyway, here we go, trying again. So the first question, although it isn't really much of a question, I have been noticing a growing trend for you guys just to tell me stuff, which I'm perfectly happy with, but you know, be nice to get a few more questions. But yeah, anyway, it's from I'm a Mole Rat, and he says it was super easy. If you don't know what this is about, for the past 3 episodes or so, he's been like sort of talking about PCs, building his own, and yeah, he's finally got around to building it. So if you want to see the whole conversation, it's kind of a pretty weird conversation because it's like text from him and then talking from me. But anyway, yes, he has finally finished building his PC, and he says it was super easy. Literally took him an hour at most, and it was the first PC he's ever built. See guys, it isn't that difficult. It really is not that difficult to build PCs. It's like technical Lego. Like, it is just so incredibly easy, in the sense of achievement you get when you sit there and think, I actually built that PC. It's just absolutely incredible. So yeah, it's really, really worthwhile building it, and it's really not that difficult. So yeah, you guys should all do it. But anyway, and he says he's installed loads of games. He's getting well over 60 FPS on ultra settings on every game, which is brilliant. 60 FPS is where you want to be. That is just like 60 FPS is just like butter smooth. If you play on console, you probably won't know. The only like first-person shooter which runs in 60 frames on a console that I can think of off the top of my head is Call of Duty. So yeah, you can probably tell like there's a lot more smoother definitely playing Call of Duty than like a game like Battlefield on the console, and that is because of those 60 frames a second. And that is one of the big draws of PC gaming, because it is just incredibly worth PC gaming. Like, there's just nothing that beats it. Am I being a bit of a PC elitist? Probably, but that is just, it is my opinion and I'm entitled to it, although certain people on the internet will most likely disagree. So if you do disagree, then dislike the video. It doesn't, like, I'll understand now, all dislikes will be people disagreeing with me there. But anyway, yes, he says that the switch to PC was well worth it, and yeah, I have to agree with you there. He actually just said it down there. It is just, you get more games, modding support, better games, and especially with the new consoles being x86, the possibility to emulate like pretty much any console exclusive is just going to mean that your game library is going to consist of console exclusives from both games, because they are x86. So the PC should find it a breeze to emulate the new consoles, bearing in mind that they are basically relatively low spec PCs. I mean, yes, they're not like a really low spec like a laptop with like integrated graphics, but they aren't the highest spec. So anyone with a decent PC will probably be able to emulate the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 relatively easily. So yeah, he also asked, will you be playing Battlefield 3 with your subs? And yes, you can quite clearly see what my origin name is, so if you add me on there, see if I'm playing, and then just join the game, try and get my squad. I have had people do that in the past. I think it was Cloak Camper was the last person I actually had play with me. He was in my squad, and yeah, we were just sort of wrecking it up. It went pretty well. So yeah, just add me, and then if I'm playing, then join. And if I am about to record an episode and I see one of you guys in a server, then I might be more inclined to join that server. Unless I'm doing as I am at the moment and I'm trying to win scavenger games, and then you're not playing a scavenger game, it probably wouldn't make much sense for me to do that. So yeah, there you go. By the way, yeah, this game, it started off pretty well, and then I got killed by the admin and switched over to the other team, so that didn't make me very happy, because this other team was absolutely awful at capturing objectives. Like, they just literally put no effort in. I mean, there were instances in this where I went and ran past objectives and didn't capture them, but as a whole my team was just not doing a good enough push for the objectives this game. But anyway, Yes, next question is from Relentless972 and he says the best modern GPU for about 400. I'm not sure if that's dollars or pounds, so I went with one which is round 400 in both dollars and pounds. It's about £320 in the UK and around $400 in the US, and that is the GTX 770 by Nvidia. It is an awesome card, really powerful, will play pretty much any modern title on maximum settings at 1080p with at least 60 frames per second. So yeah, £400, $400, you could probably pick that up. And yeah, it just is an incredible graphics card. It will run games on very high settings very fluently. So yeah, that is probably what I would recommend at the moment for that price. Next comment is from Extalantica, and he says the system requirements for Battlefield 4 have been released. They say you should run at least a Core 2 Duo 2.4 GHz or an Athlon X2 2.8 GHz plus 4 GB of RAM and an 8800 GT or HD 3870. And he says that will probably result in 25 to 30 frames per second, and I will have to agree with you there. I have a friend who was, up until a couple of months ago, was running a 9800 GT, which is more powerful than an 8800 GT, and he was playing Battlefield 3 on that on a mixture of low and medium settings, and he was barely, I think he was getting like 40-45 frames a second, which dips down to like 20 or so. So yeah, it probably won't run the best if you are running that sort of hardware. So if you are running hardware that level or below, which most people probably won't be, although there will be some people who are, I would recommend you go for an upgrade. Yeah, that would just be my recommendation. The next question is from the Lolling Skull, and he said he'd really recommend playing Mercenaries 2 as it came out a few years ago and you can buy it for £2 on Amazon at the moment. It's a ton of fun, explosions left, right and centre, and it's not very demanding. So yeah, I really think I would like to pick this up. It looks like a fun game from what I've seen, and if it's only £2 it must be worth the purchase. So I will certainly look into doing that. And yeah, maybe do a video on it. So yeah. And then Agent 007 says your description of PC gamers at 8 minutes in the last video matches me exactly, but I'm a console gamer, and I have to admit I was the same on console. I was a bit of a keen bean right up next to the screen. If you don't know what I'm on about, there is an annotation which will take you there. And yeah, I was just like that too, and I would recommend that you build a PC and get, instead of getting the next gen, as you say in your comment, which is a good choice to make. But anyway guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment, let me know what you thought, and leave me questions either in the comments or via my Twitter at its_gaming. So anyway guys, thank you for watching and goodbye.